Alright guys, before we get to the vlog where we're going to mention a lot of things you guys asked about in yesterday's vlog, I wanted to point out that it's a new year and a lot of your resolutions are to, you know, get into shape or lose weight, and I found this awesome YouTube channel which has a video series called Be Fit that's perfect for getting the body you want. Of course, for a lot of you it's all about burning the fat, but I personally want to work on my, you know, my abs. I don't have any abs and I want to get that bikini body. So I personally like the triceps dip to toe touch because it really works the abs. Second, it's totally free. Just pull these videos up on YouTube and work out from home. That's freaking awesome. Click right here to check out the routine and come back and tell me how much you lost. Terabyte Daily Vlogs. I drank all the coffee you brought me, Beebs. Ew!
Alright, so I didn't realize that a lot of people might be new to the vlogs or something, or maybe missed a couple vlogs a while back. A few months ago, we realized, I mean, we are Terabyte, me and Sabrina and I. We started Terabyte in 2008 or something, 2010. Made music together, and we didn't intend on making it more than just her and I, because we do all the production, we do all the videos, we do all the recording, writing.
We live together?
We live together, we do everything. Terabyte is Sabrina and I. End of story. It's gonna start like that and end like that.
How cute.
But obviously...
and end like that?
What?
An end like that?
Yeah.
There's an ending?
There's an ending and everything.
Baby.
But obviously,
we can't play full band live.
We can't be doing acoustic shows all the time. A lot of people wanted us to have full band sound, which obviously we could have just done like backing tracks, but that's kind of cheap. So we already performed at VidCon twice, I think, and Playlist Live twice, all of which was acoustic shows, right? Twice in both?
Yep.
It was all acoustic. And we're like, we want to make people happy and have a band sound, but we don't want to do the backing tracks. So this Playlist Live, we're like, let's find some of our musician friends, get them together, and practice with them. I'm sure they'll like the opportunity to be able to play in front of Playlist Live.
You gotta give Tony more credit though. Tony convinced us.
Yeah, Tony convinced. Well, I wanted to, but Tony was like,
he made us feel like it was doable.
Yeah, he was like, hey, I'm this dude that's been performing for years. I know what you guys are capable of. I know you can pull it off, and this is what you need to do. And he like gave us like a plan. He's like, you need to practice twice a week for this 3 months, and you need these people, and like blah blah blah. And I was like, well, Chris is gonna be the drummer, and he's like, okay. And then like, okay, we need a bassist, we need equipment. So I bought the bass cab, I bought this guitar cab. No, I mean this guitar amp. Why did I say cab?
No, this is Tony's.
Yeah, this is Tony's.
Oh, is this the Small World story?
Oh yeah, which by the way, this is the Small World story.
I cut off myself yesterday saying, oh, it's such a small world about Mark.
Mark was in a band called Easton, and he had a guitarist, I'm assuming I think it was a singer also, named Chris Martin, and he's a photographer in Orlando. I think I see him at Playlist Live like every year. And they were in a band together called Easton, and apparently this was his cab. This is Tony's cab now. He bought it off of Chris Martin, I believe. So it's kind of a small world thing, because now
he's in a band.
Met Mark.
He's playing live with a band with the same guitar.
Yeah, and we met Mark through my sister randomly, because
he's new to town, and she met him at her work. So
yeah, so that's a small world thing. Anyway, so I bought this bass amp and cab, and I bought this guitar amp. Tony brought his Mesa cab and everything over, so that's why this is all in here. I was like, wait, we need a bassist. So I was thinking for a while, and I was like, oh, my friend Herb is pretty good at guitar. I'm sure he'd do fine at bass. So we got him over here, practiced a few songs with Herb, Chris, and Tony, which is in the vlogs a while back if you're new. And Chris was my longtime friend. And it seemed to be working out just fine, and then randomly Chris disappeared, and that's why we stopped practicing for a month, because we tried to contact him like every day since then, and he cut off all ties, which we don't want to go into full detail because we don't want to start drama, but
we might not know the whole story. It seems pretty clear to us what happened, but
we tried.
Basically, we had nothing to do with what happened, and he started ignoring us.
I just want to say that we tried for an entire month, every single day, trying to contact him, despite the fact that we're pretty sure he blocked us on his iPhone and then changed his number and blocked us on Facebook. just randomly out of nowhere without telling us what was going on.
He didn't even call us or talk to us or reply to us. We had no idea why he was ignoring us. It really, really hurt us.
Yeah, and we tried, and he saw we were trying, but said, "Oh, I'm not going to have any of this. I'm just going to block them from all ties and not have any communication whatsoever." So at that point, at some point of trying to contact him every day, we kind of gave up and we're like, you know what? Tony's right. We need a new drummer, and we got to figure this out soon. Otherwise, we're not playing a playlist, and all that practice is going to go to waste.
But then we were having trouble finding a new drummer. And then Callie ran into Mark, and still it sounded kind of weird because it's some random stranger we've never met before, but we were pretty impressed, so it's gonna have to, you know, work now.
Yeah, so that's gonna work out. So again, Herb is I'm sure you've seen Herb before. He'll be playing bass, Tony's gonna be playing guitar, I'm gonna be playing this guitar. I wanna sing. Another thing, if you're new to the vlogs, I have a problem with TMJ, or TMD, temporomandibular joint disorder. Where your TMJs, your temporomandibular joints, hurt. And
oh, I thought you were going to show something.
If I sing, it gets a lot worse. It's manageable when I eat soft foods and I don't stress my jaw out too much. But if I do something like singing or eating crunchy foods or something, I'm definitely going to be in pain for at least a few days, and it's not fun. So I'm probably not going to sing unless we figure out what's going on and fix it within the next 2 months, which is highly doubtful. That's that. And I want to clear up some things as far as the vocals go, because a lot of people say, well, have been saying, even from the beginning, if you've missed the other vlogs where we're playing, that the vocals are low, which we know, and we've said that many times that we do know.
We're in a tiny garage, and last time we tried to pump those speakers, they lit up. Literally, that speaker lit up. It was really scary, but there's nothing we can do to make it louder without having feedback.
Here's the deal. So we figured something out that was kind of close to what we want to do, where we used this amp, which is my dad's amp, and we used my dad travels around the world and does shows with his thing called The Learning Station. It's like children's music. So he has a lot of equipment, and he brought these two little speakers that kind of sit on the ground and like face up, and he brought two other smaller speakers, which are smaller than those speakers, but they just cut through better because this less bass, more treble kind of thing, more mids too. And we set that up with this amp, and we got something that sounded pretty close. We weren't getting too much feedback, and we were using this thing called a Behringer Shark DSP 110, and that basically eliminates feedback, and it was working pretty well with the little speakers that were cutting through better than those speakers. And at the time we were using the SM58 microphone. Where is that?
Oh, someone moved it. Your dad must have put it somewhere.
What? Yeah.
It was right here. It's not that.
It's like this, except not wireless. It's SM58. The wireless one wasn't working out either, so we got a wired one. Anyway, we're using that, but it's a little boomy. So this is what happened was, because we didn't practice for a while, my dad said, okay, I need my equipment, and he took his equipment. So we lost that setup. We lost a lot of setups. We had to reset up last night because we just realized, okay, we could practice with a new drummer. We had to set up real quick. And the garage was all messed up for New Year's. So we set everything up as quick as we can, and we had to go back to those speakers that are kind of mufflier than the setup we had, and using this amp. And this is a powered amp. I don't know the details, but I'm pretty sure it gets 400 watts per side, I think. And I think these are 300 watts, 400 max or something. I don't know. I could look at them and tell you the details, but it's really crowded back there.
Either way, it's really hard.
They're really powerful speakers. They should be loud enough. We set our guitars to the volume of the drum. So we don't have much control over that. There's no volume control on the drums. So we just set our guitars to the point where it sounds good with the drums, and then we just crank this until we could hear Sabrina without feeding back every 2 seconds. Now, one of the problems is the speakers over there. At one point we moved the speaker over here and we could hear her better, but then she was getting more feedback when we turned it up, so we couldn't hear it very well. And it's just a big pain in the butt because it wasn't cutting through the mix. And so because of this, we bought a new mic. We got the Sennheiser E935, is that what it is?
Yes.
Someone in the comments said, oh, I have an E835. It's an E935. I don't know if there's a huge difference between those, but it's way better than the SM58 and a lot better than SM57. It just cuts. It's serious. It's
Sounds
the same
so good.
mic that Haley Williams uses. It's the same mic that
What?
It's the same mic that Haley Williams uses. Is that right?
Yeah.
I feel like that doesn't sound right. And it definitely cuts way better than any Shure mic there is. Well, dynamic at least. So we're happy with that. But I think we're getting a lot closer. I think if we set the Shark up again, which it was all set up at one point, but my dad took it all down so he can go and play a show. We're going to try to set the Shark up with that again. We're getting a vocal pedal soon, so we'll have compression and EQ and stuff.
And harmonies. I can't wait to see how that
Yeah,
works.
it's going to have automatic harmonies.
Like I could click a little button, right? Is it like this where I click buttons?
Yeah.
And turn the harmonies on, and then I'll have harmonies in the chorus will sound fuller.
It'll sort of make up for the fact that I can't sing, but Mark said he can sing, but I'm not sure how much control, like, he said he can sing and play piano at the same time, because he's more of a pianist than a drummer, but he can play drums. It's like me, I'm more of a drummer than a guitarist, but I can play guitar.
Tony thinks you're more of a guitarist, though, for some reason.
I guess now I am. I kind of put myself in that situation. So yeah, but I could play drums and sing at the same time, but I kind of lose a little bit of control. At least a lot less than I have when I'm playing guitar and singing at the same time. But I can't do it at all with my TMJ, so. But he said he can, probably, but I want him to focus on the drums, so I'm just not sure how that would work. Tony isn't really into singing. Herb could sing, but I'm kind of looking for like a lower vocal to harmonize with Sabrina's vocals, and I feel like Herb is sort of on the same range as Sabrina, so I'm not sure that would be a good match. Like Sabrina and our vocals are a perfect match.
Aww.
Which pisses me off, because I want to sing. And I feel like we just covered pretty much everything.
We are not the bad guys. Chris stitched us. And
we know the vocals are low.
We know the vocals are low, we're working on it. And this is just a band for Playlist Live, it's not like a new Terabyte.
And again, I just
is that everything?
I just want to make it very clear. Like, people comment in the comments many times, they say, oh, Sabrina's vocals are low. They should be up higher. We can't crank it up any higher without hearing feedback constantly.
Feedback is where it's like high-pitched squeal.
It might be because we're in a garage that has a giant metal door right there. Maybe we could lay a rug down. I mean, we can't set up soundproofing in here because this is where my dad works. We've already taken up enough space. A rug might be sufficient.
I hear myself because I'm using Don's in-ear monitor, so that's cool. But then when I hear myself back in the vlog, it sounds like I'm kind of singing bad. So like, I feel like it's just picking up the louder notes, and it sounds weird. I don't know. Can't explain it. It sounds good to me in the headphones because I hear every detail, but you can't hear any detail, so it makes me sound bad.
But next practice we'll have the vocal pedal, we'll move a speaker closer, we'll have the Shark in there again, and we'll see if we can get something a little better. So.
Next practice is on Wednesday. We're doing Wednesdays and Saturdays. Isn't that what we had before?
Yeah, but we
never actually
worked out because Chris missed quite a few practices, I'm not gonna lie.
But you're not